And folks, about to get started here. 77 degrees here on the east coast of the United States of America. Lots of sunshine. It's beautiful out there. I don't know why I'm in here. I do like the paint though, so there you go. Let me see here. How about that? Here's a 3D print I did today. Little destroyer spaceship. You'll be seeing plenty more of those. Gotta clear my throat there. So we'll catch up from last night's conversation, I think. Oh, I didn't expect to do a stream today, but what the heck, right? Let's see, it's almost 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. here. Beautiful day. Be daylight for another couple hours. Yeah, what am I gonna color? What colors am I gonna need here? I gotta dampen that green flesh down. It's too bright. Let's see. It's got little horns and spikes. They painted them black. Kind of a boring color to use. I gotta do his feet, I think. Some corrective measures on his feet. Let's get our ambience here. Today's Thursday. Yes. Let's get some of this. That'll work. We'll see who joins us tonight. We shall see. Feet. See what's going on in the community. What are folks up to? Everybody's out and about enjoying the weather. Okay, what else? What else? Gotta get this guy all set for maybe, yeah, next week. I don't know if I'll see Jake this weekend. What am I trying to do here? Got his feet. That's all right. Oh. There she is, Adora Moon. How you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I'm missing you guys. I don't know why, but I really am. What's going on here? I barely know Rosemary, but I so miss her. I miss you guys. We have some good conversations. Even did a little role playing there for a little bit. I'm sure there'll be plenty more of that. Oh yes, oh yes. Prepare thyself. How's Byron doing? How you doing, James? Happy Anzac Day. I printed my first actual miniature for gaming today. So it's going to hold a special place for me. And it's this little destroyer. Still kind of a test piece, but it's an actual game piece, so I'm gonna work on some starships. Yeah, I still gotta clean them up. His supports are on the belly there. I think I filed that, but there's still some little dibs and dabs I gotta get to. Yeah, there he is. Pretty nice. It's my first model ever. Game piece. Very cool. And it's printing like a dream. So, yeah, there's that. I'll put him up here. We are working hard out here. Going to get a utility trailer now and take things to the dump. We miss you too. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah. All caps. Let's throw that up on the screen there. Just in case somebody's not paying attention out there. That's right. We've been so busy. We like that. Not sure what that means. We've been so busy. We like that. Or is that the miniature? What's the context there? I don't know, but I like it too. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's do some shuka shuka. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys get it all settled. You're going to be so much happier. Things are going to slow down and mellow out for you, and you can relax for a change. I'm sure you're relaxing now. There's a lot of work. You won't have to worry so much about that. What is going on here? Somebody's watching my live right now. Whose name is Jesse. He's watching into my madness here. So we've got an audience, folks. We've got an audience. It's small, but it's to the point. He's probably interested in this guy because he's going to see him on the battlefield this weekend. Probably next weekend and many weekends after that. See, his flesh is there in the back. It's green. It's kind of a lizard guy, but it's too green. I want to tone that down. Use a dull olive drab almost. And then highlight it with some brighter greens. I don't like that color there. It's a little too much. I love the color of the gun compared to how they colored them. Keeping with the theme of the bone-colored weapons of the Asterians. What do you think, Adora? What do you think of these guys? I know you've been watching me paint these on Instagram. I think it looks pretty good so far. This is all speed paints, except for the skin and that bone white there over a speed paint pallid bone. Little combination there. I like combos. Your figure is what we like. Ah, the figure, in reference to this fresh off the printer. Isn't that awesome? You could resize this. I could make it giant if I wanted. Yeah, it's a little destroyer for something. I'm going to put together a couple fleets and set up some games of Void Admiral. One of these weekends coming up, Jesse, if you heard that. Void Admiral, we're going to play. We're going to play. It's going to be awesome. It's very simple, straightforward, with a lot of depth and goodness. You know I like that. And I think we'll enjoy it. I think Jake will love it. Break up my star field that I've never used. Here we go. Simplicity is happiness is the future motto. Very excited to downsize and slow down. There you go. I think they're badass. Okay? These guys. There's ours. You know what that means, folks. Tighten your seatbelts. I have a funny feeling. How you doing, ours? I haven't seen ours in a while. He's been wondering where I've been. My chats have been very hit or miss the past month or so. Yeah. Nobody else seemed to notice. Ours did. Ours did. Ours is my good friend. Yes, he is on Discord. We'll bring ours in here and he'll keep me company. Let me go to my phone again. I keep getting alerts here. Laughter aplenty. I just heard your phone. Lull. Yeah, that would be you, Jess. That's what I know to look. That's Jesse. That's Jesse. He's over there tuning in. Let's bring ours in here, okay? All right, before I embarrass myself anymore. The Arster, straight from Poland, the heart of Europe. Warsaw. Let's bring him in here. Well, first of all, I gotta go on Discord. Where is he? There he is. He's sitting in the green room. I see you. All right, let me go into live here. Let me get it all set up. All right, so hold on. Hold on, Ars. I gotta set this all up. I gotta do a little bit of this. And a little bit of that. Yeah. Okay. It says I'm muted. Why does it say I'm muted there? Because I have to push the button. Makes sense. Okay, let me get my virtual cam ripping and roaring. So ours can see me over there. Boy, it's about time you guys showed up. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork, including Jessie. Jessie, ours, Rosemary. And I'm sure Byron is lingering in the background, which is awesome and amazing. He better be. He better be lingering, Rosemary. Oops. What did I just do? I can't win. It's always something. I guess I gotta go this way to shrink this. No, I can't shrink it. Alright, well, whatever. Let's bring him in so we can talk while I get this adjusted and finalized. Okay, ours. Alright, folks, prepare yourself. Hide your girlfriends. Hide your pets. We're about to be joined by my good friend, Ars Belai. If I can get over here. There he is. Let's drag him in here. There he is.
Hello, hello.
Oh, is that you, Ars?
Yeah.
Awesomeness. There he is, folks. Ars has arrived. Let's put his camera up. Probably won't show it today, but we'll put it up there anyway, just in case.
How are you, Fritz?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's been a while. I didn't realize how long it's been since I've talked to you last. At least a month.
Hmm.
Right. So what have you been up to?
I think over a month.
What have you been up to, Lars?
Well, I have one big news.
Uh-oh.
I've done something I said before I will never do again. And I mean, I painted some 15mm models.
What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
God, we haven't spoken for a long time because what happened is a friend of mine
Yeah.
Set up a game for me and him
Okay.
of By Fire and Sword.
Okay.
He had both sides painted, sweeps and poles.
Okay.
We played a game,
Gotcha.
and I remembered how good game it was. And I decided, well, I have a whole Swedish division sitting unpainted in box. So maybe it's final time after 14 years to paint them. And I'm sitting and painting 15mm miniatures.
There you go. How do you like that?
Yeah,
I
never expected it will happen.
Yeah.
Well, they
Sacrilege.
are still not, yeah. It's still not my favorite scale, but I remember how to paint that and getting used to paint this little tiny miniatures.
Yeah, I know, right? They're so tiny after doing 28s for so long.
Yeah.
15s are like, my God, what is this? I need a parrot. I need a telescope. I need a microscope.
Yeah. But what's interesting, they didn't take me. I need the same amount of time to paint a 15mm miniature as paint 28mm.
Yeah,
It's not faster.
it's
And
not faster.
yeah,
The reason is because a 15 mil you would paint like you would paint a 28 mil because the detail is there and the size is there.
Mhm.
The only real difference is that the surface is less. It's smaller.
Yeah.
But because you're painting like a 28, it takes longer
Yeah.
because it's smaller. So you're not
I
saving
use
time with it. For sure.
Yeah, I use 000 brush.
Oh
for them.
God. 000. You're not playing around.
Yeah.
Let me read the chat here real quick. Fritz says Adora Moon. Rosemary. What do you think of the War Games Atlantic Heavy Night box set? The Heavy Knights. Heavy Knights. Barons War era. I saw them yesterday and think they are so cool. James goes on to say WGA War Games Atlantic are usually pretty nice figures. I don't mind the Barons War, but both sides very similar. I'm holding out for some Arabs. Tee-hee-hee. I like them. I like them a lot. I think War Games Atlantic is a fantastic company. Their STLs and their plastics, awesome. Great stuff. Especially their knights. I like them a lot. Be a nice change of pace for you if you want to try that. Do some knights. Go for it. See what you're capable of. Stretch your wings. Right? That'd be good for Bretonians.
I'm
not-
going to buy their mounted sergeants.
Yeah, there you
They
go.
go up.
I've been looking at a lot of STL files and companies and people that are sculpting STLs and stuff. I found one guy, and he's not the only one, but this guy in particular, he makes a line of Skaven miniatures that are so spot on. Guys with the banners, the plague priests, guys lobbing the grenades, and of course the glaives and the slave rats and all that stuff. They look fantastic. So Jesse, if you're out there, I'll send you that link. You're gonna love it. There's this line is really good. If you want to do Skaven for Old Hammer, Jesse's quite keen on the Old Hammer stuff. Sorry, Ars. Go ahead, continue.
No, nothing. I just posted on Musket and Pike some of my 15s if you want to see them.
I do. Oh, the screen. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Why is it showing that? Everything's all backwards here. There we go. I got things all over the screen. Let's take a look what ours has been doing here. In 15 mil, Rosemary. 15 mil. Ours is a 28 millimeter man from Poland. He does not do 15 mil anymore. But he's about to prove us wrong. Where are they?
Yeah.
They're here. Ah, ours, man. That's great. Yeah, that's great, man. Look at
I
that
decided
flag.
Yeah, it's from the set. I just changed the initial because it was for another emperor. I decided I'll go with 30 Years War team.
Mm-hmm.
And these are Imperials. of 30 Years War.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead,
So
Ars.
yeah, these are Imperial troops of 30 Years War.
Mm-hmm.
Pikemen and musketeers and a colonel. I just painted some fighters, cavalry.
Okay, I got the camera up for you so you could see what I'm showing off. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Those are metal pikes, right? Those are the sharp ones.
Yeah, yeah.
They look it. That's great, man.
I post some action photos too from a game we had.
Very eager to get settled soon and get back to my models, but I did acquire a Kill Team Sisters of Battle box recently. Oh, did you really? Excellent. You got quite a collection of Sisters of Battle by now. I haven't really gotten into the painting side of it, but you're putting them together. You're going to have a whole dedicated hobby room. That'll take up half of your house. It's like me. My living room is nothing but a hobby room. Oh, and there's the kitchen on the side. It's all but one big war games room. It is, too. Ask Jesse. He knows. And then the other room where I am now is my office, my painting area, my bed, my TV, an animal lounge, 2 cats and a dog. Yeah, and my game library, part of it is right behind me, so there's still a game presence here. So that's my personal room. My bathroom has been turned into a 3D printing alchemy lab. I'm not kidding. There's no safe spot in this house from the hobby. I could see Adora Moon and Byron down there. Black and white checkerboard walls everywhere. Green tables. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. The whole damn house. She's going to make a Beetlejuice house. Forget the room. Yeah. Yes, next house we will have that for sure, she says. There you go. That's funny about your bathroom. True story. True story. I'm going to have to put up a curtain that separates the shower from the sink area, which is where my alchemy lab lies. So I'll kind of separate it, you know. I'll put up a curtain there. So the fumes don't overtake anybody taking a shower while I'm in there printing. I probably wouldn't be in there if I was printing. You just plug it in, push a button, and leave for 4 or 6 hours. They probably wouldn't like the smell. You have to wear a mask when you're taking a shower. Trust me. The fumes, they'll get you. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
I have some more pictures of from my game.
Yeah, throw them up. I'll show them. I didn't get any printers. All the printers I have were what's the term? They were what is the term? They were provided by my supporters here on YouTube. We'll leave it at that. I got a Neptune 2 FDM printer. Well, let me get this off the screen. That one. So that's my little filament printer, okay, which I've started using quite a bit of, actually. I've got that. And the other one, the resin printer, which I just started using over the weekend. That's why I've been talking about it a lot. And that is a Saturn 8K. Not a Saturn 2. It's a Saturn 8K. And it's fantastic. No issues. And it's so easy to freaking print. And the FDM printer, it took me forever to set that up. At least an hour just putting it together. You got to have wrenches and tools and read instructions, watch a few videos. And that's before you level it. But the resin printer was literally just take it out of the box and plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
Good to go. That was a dream to put up and set up. So, yeah. The cleanup is a pain. There's a lot of maintenance involved with the resin printing, for sure. But I think it's worth it. You know, you get some very unique models, and a lot of them, as many as you want with some of these STLs. So it's great value. I think everybody should have one, even if it's an FDM printer. It's a game changer, to be honest with you. For me, anyway. Let me get this off the screen. So you and Byron, I'm surprised Byron doesn't have one. We're going to lose signal here soon, but we will be back. Aww. Aww. Don't go too soon. I miss you already. That's okay, Rosemary. I'll be here a bit. And you guys will be back soon enough. We'll be causing some trouble. Rosemary's been posting a lot of rose pictures recently on her Instagram. Beautiful blooms. Beautiful pictures. And of course the katza. I don't know which katza that is, but yeah. Gotta look at the picture. So that's what I'm painting there. Mine isn't going to look like that entirely. I like darker colors, darker models to begin with.
Yeah, nice model.
You like him, Mars? He's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Speed paint.
It looks a little like a Morat from Combined Army in Infinity.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Danke. Come on, Volther, get in here. Nerd joins us. How you doing, nerds? Hold on, I gotta clear my throat again. Ay, ay, ay. How you doing, nerds? How's your project coming? Your newest project? How's the stream, you guys? Everything okay? There any lagging going on? Every once in a while I see some missed frames from rendering lag pop up. Not from the stream, though. Seems okay now. I started using my resin printer, nerd. Over the weekend, I had my first 2 prints were fails, so I got that out of the way, and it was for something stupid. But my third go of a test run actually came out perfect. And today I printed a little destroyer craft, just to kind of test out what it can do with models and stuff. This was small and simple. It is small. It's only an inch. But it's great. The detail's pretty strong on this one. I gotta clean it up. Gonna do a bunch of starships and stuff for our weekend battles. Gonna play some Void Admiral. So I've been looking at a lot of STLs for various fleets and ships and stuff that look cool to me. And I'm going to collect a bunch of them and paint them and get them all set. Yeah. Doing great. Finished modular trenches. Trench head. 2 mortar pits. Some small makeshift mud and stick cover. And a bunch of destroyed tree stumps. Tree stumping. Awesome. That's great. I swear my printer has made its money back tenfold at least, yeah? How long have you had the printer? That main printer you use all the time. How long have you had that so far? I've had this printer for a couple of years, and I just started using it because I haven't been able to use it. No place to set it up. Period. Just no place to set it up. How's those pictures coming along, ours? Ours is quiet.
Yeah, I'm here, sorry. You had something. So you're working now on your own stuff?
Yep. It's a whole different ball game now.
Finally.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Oh, and it feels great. I feel like it's hard to describe. It feels like I'm new to the hobby, brand new. And so I'm like a kid in a candy shop. Now I'm actually looking at games and looking at miniatures and looking at printing and all this stuff, and it's overwhelming, honestly. But I got that whole starter set for Dead Zone done in 2 weeks. Boom, boom, boom. Everything painted. Well, except this guy. And got in about 4 or 5 games so far. So
Nice.
there's a lot of that pent up hobby energy inside of me that's starting to come out. And it feels great. It feels grand.
Nice.
Nerd says she just got a new one. S4U for Christmas. Oh. But before that, my Saturn must have been 4 to 5 years old. So that's a lot of uses, I'm sure. Let's see, do I have something else open in the background here? Let me close some things. Excuse me. What have I got going here? I don't know. Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying Dead Zone. And it's perfect timing, too, for me, because there's so many cool games coming out now that would be great to get into. Little skirmish-type games.
Mm-hmm.
Like Baron's War 2nd Edition and Port Royal by Firelock Games. Hard War coming out by Modifius. I think at the end of this month. I know there's more. So I've got a lot to look into. Pretty exciting. Let's tone that green down. Let's get some drab. Let's get some drab. What is this? This is brown violet. That's not what I want. Not that. Where's all my greens? Gruna. Gruna tuna. Here's a nice bilious green, or a yellowish green. It's a craft paint. Let's keep that ready. That's a nice color to play around with. Alright, let's dig into my other box here where I know I got Flames of War colors. I'll find some green in there, I think. Here's a nice straight up olive drab. I'm sorry, US Field drab. I think that's got too much brown in it. I want something. Yeah, I know. Field gray, which is actually a green. What is this? Luftwaffe? Camouflage? Luftwaffe green? That's actually a good green. It's pretty dark. What is this? Metallic. All right. I'm gonna make a wash out of this. Maybe mix it with an ink. Got a moth in here creeping around. What are you doing? Where'd he go? There he is. That is a moth. Plunk.
I don't like bugs.
Don't look at the screen, Ars. Don't look at the screen. Plink. Let me try and get him out of here. Ouch. Stepped on something there. I've got a new one. That's the printer. La da da da. Da 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 da. We'll just use some water to thin it down. Nothing fancy. A little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. You know what? I gotta put some Spotify on because it's dead silent on my end.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's not your fault.
Oh, it's just quite late here.
Yeah, I know. It's what, 12:30?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have a long day at work?
No, I'm on a sick leave for this
Oh yeah,
week.
that's right. That's right.
I had an operation last week, so
Mm-hmm.
need some time for getting back to shape. And next week I have free because there are holidays in Poland.
Mm-hmm.
3rd of May is anniversary of our constitution.
Mm-hmm.
First in Europe, second in world, after the American Constitution.
How's your wife doing? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's alright.
Good, good.
She got a promotion to
Yeah.
work
Nice.
with a little rise, so it's okay.
Well, it's good to hear from you again, because it has been a while.
Yeah.
I will be sending that little package your way pretty soon. Now that the weather's changed and it's easier for me. So that'll come and I'll let you know when it's shipped so you can keep your eyes open. I don't know if I'm going to get tracking because for some reason U.S. Postal Service does not do tracking on international packages. Other countries do, but I don't know why they don't. So I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks.
And Heinrich Kemmler and right, Heinrich Kemmler, my spare one I'm going to give you.
Great, thank you.
And the little juggler guy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find the loot so far, which is kind of disappointing because somehow I managed to actually find, I think I told you this in a DM, I found my bit box.
Mm-hmm.
And I got excited. It's like, oh my gosh, if he's anywhere, this is where it would be. And I looked and I looked and I looked, no loot.
Yeah, it's probably lying somewhere under the table.
Yeah. I'm thinking I might have actually sold it because I remember I did actually at one point sell off a bits box that I had,
Mm-hmm.
and that loot could have been in there. I can't be sure. I don't know. So long ago. But when
No problem, I'll figure something out. Print something.
yeah, you could print one out. Maybe I could print one out. I'll look around. Maybe I can find a loot. I'll print it for you.
Yeah, I found the file.
Yeah.
I just didn't print it because soon after I found the file we spoke and you said, oh, I may have the loot. So.
Yeah. It'd be great if I do find it. Because I remember looking at it so many times, thinking to myself, what am I going to... That's that guy's loot. What am I going to use that for? We'll keep it. Because you never know. It's a frickin' loot.
Mm-hmm.
Little did I know.
Yeah, good for some RPG character.
Yeah. Little did I know that years and years later I'd be talking to someone from Poland. You know, who's looking for a loot from that very same model. It's like, jeez, What are the chances?
Oh.
Alright, that's a much better green. I like it a lot. Doing, Coop? Get yourself a drink. 76 degrees. It's been a warm day. And I like it. For sure. Cooper's having a hard time settling because it's so warm. Gonna have to crack a window pretty soon. tone down that brass with some strong tone, I think.
Cuirassiers cleared and prepared for base coating. I think I'm done for today. I can't hear you, Fritz, if you're saying something.
It's because I was muted. As usual.
Yeah.
Putting a strong tone on the flesh and bronze. Kind of tone it down. Yeah, if you're getting tired, don't worry about it. I'll see you in the next one and all that stuff. For sure.
Yeah, probably.
You sound really tired, man.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good. I catch you.
Mm-hmm. It's always good getting you in here.
Yeah. So I hope I will see you soon.
Yep, for sure. Ours. Just let me know. There you'll be waiting in the Discord green room.
As always.
Yep. Awesomeness.
Okay. Take care, Fritz.
See you, Ours.
Good night.
You too, my friend.
Bye.
Toodaloos.
Goodbye, everyone.
Toodaloos, toodaloos. Okay, there we go. Good old strong tone. So we got that green toned down nice. That'll take a highlight really nice. Tone down the bronze. Let that dry. Let's see, chat cam. Snake? There we go. Let's see some more pictures from ours here. He posted some more. Let's see, there's this one. That's nice. Good basing. The flag. Is he playing by fire and sword? Is that what he said? I can't remember what he was telling me. Oh, he was getting back into 15. This looks like by fire and sword. So maybe he is. I'll have to ask him again. 30 years of war, I think he said. Fighting for the bridge. Excellent work. Always excellent work. Okay, let's get out of there. Schnook. There we go. Minimize that. Let's see, what do I want to do now? Pick out the face stuff. Still got some more white to put on the bone areas. I don't want it to be too dull. Just gonna put a wash on his feet. Let's see. Graveyard. Grave Lord. Grave Lord Grey. bad choice of color for this area. But I don't want it to be just white, so we're just going to put this graveyard gray on it. Sometimes you just got to move on and stop thinking so much. Excellent. Getting a little creative here. I like it. Right. Alright, let that set. Big small ball. Yeah, 2 nights in a row, right? I got nothing else to do. Not today, not at this time of day. And I'm awake, so it's okay. I'm working on this guy. So yeah, thought I'd do some more work, maybe, and finish him. What are you guys doing? I hear crashing around, squawking. Brother. How you doing, Paul? Walking back from the pub. Okay. In my little country village. Boy, I bet that's a good scene. It's too bad you couldn't video that, or I would like to see that. Yorkshire, right? That's where they filmed All Creatures Big and Small, right? Country Doctor. That's beautiful countryside. Of course, I guess it depends on where in Yorkshire you're located, but do his face. Let's take a look at the face of this thing. He's got a mask on. Okay, see what's going on there. There's that bronze there. Go to the off-white and we'll highlight some of those bone areas on the armor. Where I want it to be a little bit brighter, I want it to actually be white. That's dry. We'll take some pure white. We'll put it like in the middle or something. We'll give it a little extra chutzpah highlighting. Kind of making these white areas stand out a little more. since I'm not painting them pure white. Looks too anime-like for me. Too bright. So we're gonna do things a little different. Because that's the way I roll. Beautiful. That's what I'm after right there. Oh, that picture's so big. To be honest, though, I'm trepidatious I could get in trouble from the missus for staying out until midnight. Uh-oh. Get yourself home, Paul. Watch your step. Don't lose your step and not wind up in the brush. Some farmer's field. How long a walk is it? Can't be that far. The local pub. There's going to be a nice highlight dry brush that goes over this whole model. It's going to make everything stand out. That green, the edges of the armor will stand out a little bit more. And that's when I'm all done though, so I'm not going to do that yet. The gun as well. But everything will keep its nice little color that I have there. Got to do something with the face. He's pretty much done. I guess I could Do something with the bone here. I don't know. Oh no, one of my earphones is broken. You now only exist in my right ear. Well, it's the same for me. I got the same exact problem on my earphones. My left one doesn't work at all. I plug it in my ear for the heck of it, I guess, but makes me feel balanced, but I'm only hearing things out of the right ear. In this case, my Spotify. Or when somebody's in the chat with me, like ours was today. I am going to highlight this green, though. I'm going to use this bilious, or yellow green. It's craft paint. It's perfect color. It's actually a little too bright. Has not had. Okay. Oh no, one of my earphones head broken. You need a ellipses after earphones. Oh no, one of my earphones head broken. Right? Yeah, this is a little too bright. Damn it. I don't care. I'm going to use it anyway. I'm warning you. It's too bright. All right, I won't use it then. Where's a goblin green? I need a goblin green. That would be perfect. Closest I have is a grass green. What do you think? Will that work for goblins? Little grassy flesh. What is this? Tin bits. Remember that one? Tin bits from back in the day. Citadel color range. Yikes. Still got my tin bits. Let me find my grass. Oh man, I need my grass, man. Is this it? No. There it is. It's a brand new craft paint. Your earphone problem is contagious. Arg. You should have said. You are welcome, Paul. You are welcome. Arr, me hearties. It's time to shake up the green. Time to shake up the greeneries. Let me mute this. Some earbuds. Yeah, I gotta buy some myself. I keep putting it off. I'm getting used to this. Pretty soon this right ear is gonna die and then I'm in trouble. Seriously. I won't be able to stream. I'll be getting echoes. Yeah, this isn't a very good green. But we'll use it. Just want to put a little bit of highlight in here. It's kind of a translucent green too, so that's good. You could add ink to this and it'll have the same effect. So yeah, that looks great. You can see the little highlights in his back there, the little green flesh. That's good. That's good. Now these bones coming out of his flesh here in the back of his head, I guess they should be black, or not black, but gray. Kind of a bony, dark color. They're not bone colored per se. That's the way they painted them, and I kind of agree with that color. If you look just behind his head there, behind this central white thing, which I think is part of his helmet, behind him are these little spikes. And they're kind of a highlighted gray. They're black, highlighted gray, surrounded by green flesh. I got a good close-up of his flesh, actually, on his chest. I guess I could do that. They almost used like a brownish color. Home now and must be to bed. It's past midnight here and I'm scared of the dark. All right, Paul, you enjoy your sleep and take care, my friend. You might see me again this week. Yeah, this is too bright. This is definitely a bilious type green. Let's see what it looks like. Just a little dab. Is it too much? Too much? Just a little tiny. Little tiny. Nothing too distracting, just a little bit. I think it actually looks good. Just got to be really gentle. Really gentle. I don't want it to go on too heavy. He's gonna look like a cartoon. Like right there, that was too heavy. I gotta wet my brush and kind of spread it around. There. Now it's perfect. And of course it's a craft paint, which means it's gonna go on strong and then fade away. So let's give it another little shot. This is actually perfect. Yeah, this is a good green for this. You see what I mean? I'll give you a close-up here, and it looks pretty good. Picking out some scales. Let's see what we could do for the back. This might be a little more challenging. Since we're not picking out scales now, we're kind of literally highlighting the flesh. It's going to be too bright. Hold on. Let's be careful here. It's pretty bright. Gotta be gradual and build it up. Just a little bit. Beautiful. Let's get the back of the... perfect. Let's see if we can get a look at that on the camera before it dries and fades away. Well, let's fix the camera. I gotta do that too. Jeez, this thing. Let's put it back on autofocus. Yeah, let's do the autofocus thing. Let's see, there's the back. Alright, so there's the back. You can see the light green bringing it up. But on his chest, you can see the little dots, the little scales that I picked out with that color of green. And behind his head, I think that worked good. So, let's stick with that. Let's paint those horns. Graveyard gray. Over a white. Use a brush that's too big. Yeah, that's too big. Let's use our little teeny here. Actually, that's too teeny. What is going on here? I can't spread it around. There we go. We'll have to pick this out. Okay. Good night, Fritz and others. See you next time. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right. I'm going to take some blue. Speed paint. I'm going to use it like a wash in this case. Add a little water to it. And we're going to put it on the very tip of the ion cannon where I got a little white knob. A knob. Create like a little wash out of the speed paint. That should be okay. Put it right on the tip here. There we go. That's perfect. Probably can't see that. Awesome. That'll give the tip of his ion cannon kind of a bluish white tip. I'll let that dry and then you can kind of see it there, right? Let me see. You can see that. It's just tiny. Yeah. So as you can see, I'm kind of playing around with these speed paints now. Getting to that stage. Doing different things with them. So far, so good. Wish I could do more to his face. But I don't know. They've got more going on than I do. couple little white things above his lips there, like their eyes. Maybe I could paint them. Let's do that. Let's paint them. In fact, let's get out our... What is this? Let's get out pure white. Not mess around with the off-white anymore. This calls for some pure white. Okay. Let me get our Mega Super Micro Brush. I'm not going to thin this. I'm just going to... Let's see. Where are those little eyes? Boy, that is tiny. I don't know if I like that. But we're going to keep it. I'm not going to mess around with this. I'm already taking too much time. I'm going to keep these white on his face. They're going to be nice, bright white. So it'll really stand out. I figure it's his mask. It's this face thing going on here. So let's keep that white. Hopefully it doesn't look like a clown face. While we're at it, let's take some of this pure white and kind of put it on these other areas. Kind of like a little final highlight. I actually prefer layer type painting. That's really what this is. I think I need to thin this now. Let's see if we can zip through this. Look at the tip of that ion cannon now. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay. That's it. I think I'm done with this. Now the final touch. I won't do it now. I want this completely dry. I might even spray it. What is that? Looks like a dead frog. It's from my paint lid. Boy, you never know what's going to happen on here live. Looks like a dead carcass. Yeah. I could give this a sealer now and then dry brush it. There it is, folks. He's not done. I still got one more thing to do. I'll clean up his base. But he's going to get a final highlight dry brush. Very, very light dry brush with a makeup brush. It's very soft. Hardly any paint on it at all. I usually use an off-white. And I just go over it enough to catch the high edges of the armor and top pieces. And it makes everything kind of pop without me having to paint this stuff. So it's fantastical. That's what I'm going to do. I am worn out. Crown of Command Games. One of my favorite channels nowadays. Yeah. Although I've been missing their chats that they do on Saturdays, is it? I'm not sure. But that shows you how much I remember. 1 second here. I got to conserve some paint. There we go. Fantastic. Yeah, it does look like a Warzone figure, doesn't it? Now that I think about it. It's not, though. Dead Zone. But yeah, it does look like a Warzone dude. Huh. Didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. This is a Dead Zone dude. Mantic Games Dead Zone. The skirmish game of Firefight. But I know what you're talking about with Warzone. I got all the books on my shelf in the other room. I had all the RPG books, all the miniatures war game books, and I not once played a single game of Warzone or the role-playing game. Which is ridiculous. Because, hey, we're all collectors in this hobby, right? That's a thing. At least that's what I tell myself. Of course, in the deep recesses of my brain, I do realize I'm a hoarder. Just like 99% of all the other war gamers around here. We're hoarders, folks. We're hoarders. Don't kid yourself. We'll save the final dry brush for tomorrow, I think. Then I'm done with this. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Dead Zone. But yeah, I know what you mean by Warzone, because he does, now that I look at him. He looks like a Warzone dude. Right, Byron? How you doing, Byron? Byron and Rosemary. The crowd is simmered down. Everybody's gone to bed. Crown of Command just joined in. It's good to have you back. And Rosemary. Embrace the Horde. I agree. I agree. The Horde is awesomeness. For sure. Oh man. So when is your chat, Crown of Command? You guys do that once a week, right? Is it once a week? Because I never seem to catch it except maybe once a week if I'm lucky. But I like listening to you guys. I could put my glasses on. I can't read the chat. Oh. Mix of Warzone and Infinity aesthetics, I think. Yeah, I think so too. This guy in particular, I don't know what these guys really are. They're part of the Asterians, which are basically the Eldar, or space elves. They look totally different from this particular guy. Now, there's a bunch of guys like this, and these guys are not elves. Underneath all that armor is this kind of like a lizard type of creature. That's where you can see the green flesh and the little horns in the back of its neck there popping up. There's some kind of lizard folk. I don't know what they are to the Asterians, though. Like they have some kind of contract going on between them or what? But they fight on the same side. But they do contrast with the Asterians, which is weird. I'll have to read up more on them. I got a nice dark version of that guy. I like darker figures, so there he is. He's not done yet. I got to give him his highlights, but yeah. Lord of War Hobbies channel. Which channel is that? Lord of War Hobbies. Test of Honor. Got some Test of Honor minis to paint today and lists to make for Sunday, mate. Sunday? We try once a week on Sunday. All right. Last Sunday was Easter weekend. That's why I missed it then. And this Sunday, I'm headed to Tokyo. You are. Tokyo it is. Lovely paint job. Thanks, man. Nice reds and whites on this guy. Yeah. He came out. See, what's going on with me? This whole project, I'm experimenting with speed paints. I've never used speed paints before. And this whole project is basically a test run of me using speed paints. And I'm very impressed by the speed paints, the Army Painter speed paints. And they literally have sped things up 3 to 5 times for me, which is amazing. I'm not trying to fuss over these. I want to get them to a slightly above average tabletop quality. That's all. It's good enough for me. I just want to get some things on the table because I'm literally starting my hobby over again. I sold all my stuff. I only have a few things left. So I'm starting from scratch. So I'm kind of want to get some stuff done and get some motivation off of that. So in 2 weeks, I painted up the entire Dead Zone starter box with speed paints. And I'm loving them. I'm a big fan of speed paints now. They have their place. I still don't consider speed paints actually painting. But there's a place for them in our toolbox, to be sure. Right, Byron? Good to hear. How about you join our next Splatter Natter session? I could. If I'm available. You guys are... Let's see, is it really early or is it really late? It's really early, isn't it? For me, because you're down under. Like Sir Jams. My experience with speed paints. Yeah, I could. Oh. I'll tell you, I picked up on it pretty quick. First model I did was horrible. The second one was fantastic. I got him here somewhere. And so it's got a learning curve, but if you're like me, you pick it up pretty quick. I don't think it's something that takes a long time to do. But what I found is that you start to learn little intricate ways of using speed paint. Like today, I'm kind of using it like a wash here and there. There's different techniques to use with speed paint. If you're familiar with staining, you can do similar things with speed paint. So I'm at the stage now where I'm starting to toy around with it. And I guess that's part of the learning curve too. Instead of just slapping it on. All that takes is a good steady hand, really. Tomorrow I'll send you an email. I'll keep my eyes peeled. I get emails all over the screen. You can talk about your experience in painting speed paints. My morning here is your evening there. It's now 8:30 a.m. here in Japan. Oh, you're in Japan. In Japan. That's right. Still 12-hour difference, isn't it? Or 14? 8:30? It's about 13-hour difference. 7:30 here. Here on the east coast of the United States of America. That's right. It is 7:38 p.m.age. Longs. I only did 2 hours today. Did a 5-hour session last night. What's going on here? What is this 2 hours? Oh, man. I've been looking into this. I'm not going to go into my story about old hammer and all this stuff because it's a long one. I'm sure it is for most of us. But I was looking at I 3D print, and I just started 3D printing in resin this weekend. And I got to looking at some of the old world style figures from Warhammer. And I found one guy on there. He's got a whole slew of Skaven models that look so spot on. I mean, man, if I wanted to, I probably wouldn't, but my nephew would. He's been looking for Skaven. Warhammer style. This guy did a great job on it. I got him bookmarked somewhere. He's got guys with the throwing the plague grenades and masks on. He's got the guys with the banners, the glaives, the slaves, the whole 9 yards. Really good stuff. And I'm thinking, boy, if you really wanted to get into old hammer, screw the old model. Well, don't screw the old models. The originals are wonderful to have, but there's so much out there with 3D printing. People who are doing these old hammer style figures that in a lot of cases are better. It's quite amazing, actually. I'm quite impressed by what's out there. Yeah. By the way, Jesse, if you're listening still, I'll share that link with you. Here's my latest 3D print today. I think we got autofocus on, maybe. Do we have autofocus? We do. Yeah, got a little destroyer there. I'm going to be working on some ships for some Void Admiral I'm going to be playing. Maybe this weekend, probably next weekend. I'm going to put together a couple fleets and give the rules a good test run. And if you don't know what that is, this Void Admiral, it's kind of based on Battlefleet Gothic in a way. It's an indie game. And there it is. Dun, 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 dun. With the expansion. I think I got it a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to be giving that a run. I just got to get some miniatures printed up and painted. I'll use the speed paints on those too. Yeah. I'm liking the speed paints. So what do we got here? Now that I'm winding down. 7 viewers. 7 viewers. What is happening today? Schlink. Is Byron and Rosemary still there? Byron. My good friend Byron, I haven't talked to him in weeks, so it's good to see he's getting himself around down there in Florida way. So I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I'll probably finish this guy tomorrow morning. If not tonight. And then I gotta start thinking about the next project. It's probably gonna be the ships. I do have some Forge Fathers for Dead Zone coming in as well. I'm going to finish up that collection of models. It's about a dozen models or so. I'm going to get that painted up. Jake is quite keen on playing with those, so I'll also be doing that. But I think I'm going to be working on these ships. So probably the next time you see me, I'm going to have a whole slew of ships here for you. Give them the old speed paint. Oh, I lost my connection there. So with that, folks, I think I'm going to drop off because I'm getting tired. If I don't drop off, I am going to drop off. So with that, folks, I'm going to call it here. It was a good session. 2 hours and 23 minutes and 23 seconds. Yeah. Had a nice little crowd in here earlier. Good to see folks again. Especially you, Byron and Rosemary. I look forward to getting together with you. We got some sessions to do pretty soon. And of course, Ars was my co-host today. That was great. Fantastic. I always look forward to Ars joining in. Live from the heart of Europe. That is Warsaw, Poland. Yeah, always a good time. Crown of Command, glad you could pop in and say hello. I appreciate it. Great channel, Crown of Command. It's no nonsense, old school Warhammer goodness. That's all I'm going to say. Worth checking out, folks. Great stuff. They have a great chat show like this. I've been doing this for 12 years. So if you've been following me, you'll like Crown of Command. Good wholesome stuff, too. And that'll do it. So, folks, we're going to call it here. I hope you guys have an awesome evening, a wonderful tomorrow morning, or today, as it might be. I'm going to see you guys soon. Later this week. So with that, folks, you guys hang in there, and you know why. It's only going to get better, and that's the truth. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care, folks.